Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Melbourne Polytechnic's second graduation ceremony for 2022. Welcome to you. Yes, a round of applause. Let's get that started early. Thank you. My name's Bryony Dawson, and it is my absolute pleasure and honour to be your MC this evening. Tonight we have a total of 313 graduating students from the academic departments of Bridging and Preparatory, English as an additional language, Business, Advanced Manufacturing and Logistics, and Business Construction, Higher Education. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic night to celebrate all of you. And with that, can I ask you to please stand for the official party procession? Please welcome our official party members for tonight. Looks like a real party with this lot. All right, a little bit of housekeeping to get started. We ask that you please turn your phones on silent. You don't want to get a text or a call. You can be seated, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
We welcome people from all over the world to Melbourne Polytechnic to build one community.
Kusoo dhawaada Melbourne Polytechnic Community-ga Soomaaliyeed.
Melbourne Polytechnic le da la bienvenida a la comunidad latinoamericana.
Melbourne Polytechnic mengucapkan selamat datang kepada Indonesia Communitas.
Melbourne Polytechnic Gujarati સમુદાયને સ્વાગત કરે છે.
墨尔本理工学院欢迎来自华人社区讲普通话的朋友们。
Το Melbourne Polytechnic καλωσορίζει τους ανθρώπους που μιλάνε ελληνικά.
El Politécnico de Melbourne le da la bienvenida a la comunidad de habla hispana.
A Melbourne Polytechnic está de braços abertos para todos os falantes da língua portuguesa.
Melbourne Polytechnic Punjabi community ਦਾ ਤਹਿ ਦਿਲ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ।
Melbourne Polytechnic accueille toutes les communautés francophones.
Ayubowan. Melbourne Polytechnic ආයතනය ඔබ සැම සාදරයෙන් පිළිගන්නවා.
Melbourne Polytechnic и посакува добре дојде на македонската заедница.
Melbourne Polytechnic बांग्ला भाषाभाषीদেরকে স্বাগত জানায়।
Melbourne Polytechnic हिंदी बोलने वाले लोगों का स्वागत करता है।
Il Politecnico di Melbourne accoglie la comunità della lingua italiana.
Melbourne Polytechnic بترحب بالجالية العربية.
از طرف پرسنل و کادر آموزشی دانشگاه ملبورن پلی‌تکنیک به همه شما فارسی زبانان عزیز خوش آمد میگیم.
Melbourne Polytechnic chào mừng cộng đồng người Việt Nam. I ljudi koji pričaju hrvatski su dobrodošli na Melbourne Polytechnic'u.
Melbourne'i Polytechnic tervitab eesti keelt kõnelevat kogukonda.
Melbourne Polytechnic приглашает украинское, российское, русскоговорящее сообщество.
Melbourne Polytechnic mengucapkan selamat datang kepada semua masyarakat berbahasa Melayu.
Melbourne Polytechnic 歡迎講粵語嘅朋友加入我哋嘅團隊。
Namaste, तपाईहरुलाई Melbourne Polytechnicमा स्वागत छ।
Melbourne Polytechnic welcomes everyone.
Okay, apologies. Now it's time for the housekeeping. If you can please put your phones on silent or flight mode so you don't get any unimportant calls while we're here tonight. And this evening is such a special occasion for every graduate. Your friends and family are here to help congratulate and celebrate with all of you. An important part of this evening is to have everyone receive the same amount of respect and celebration as each other. So we ask you to stay seated until the end of the ceremony. Even if you've already received your award, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. And a reminder that photography is still available on level 2 after the ceremony. I'd like you to please now welcome Uncle Ringo Terrick to present the Welcome to Country.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely to be here tonight. Congratulations to all the graduates and to all your families as well. I bring this gum leaf from our ancient species of trees here as a symbol of welcome to you. So can you put that in one of those flower pots? At the front there? Yeah. Oh, sorry. She's the linguist. To acknowledge elders past, present and emerging leaders of the future. Acknowledge our old people in the dream time in the gum tree forest in the sky we call our heaven. It's depicted by the constellation of stars we know as the Milky Way. We believe that each individual star is represented as one of our old people waiting for us to join them. Acknowledge all the young people that do such an amazing job facilitating cultural heritage right across the board here in Melbourne. Also acknowledge the wider Aboriginal community here in Melbourne, any First Nations people here tonight. Also welcome the many different and diverse cultural people here tonight, and I acknowledge your homelands, your countries, your traditions, your spiritual beliefs and preferences, and I pay special respects to your elders and your ancestors. So I'd just like to say, Womanjika Kundibik Balaknam Miminit and Dubais Nakanya. So that translates to welcome to our beautiful country here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And again, congratulations on your graduations and to your families. Thank you, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Uncle Ringo. Okay, well, Melbourne Polytechnic's Chief Executive, Frances Coppolillo, has unfortunately contracted COVID, so she can't be here tonight, but we wish her a very swift recovery. In her place, I'm very pleased to invite Kathy Fraser, who's got the longest email signature I've ever seen, Executive Director, Student Engagement, International and Community Partnerships, to give her congratulations and welcome to you. Well, welcome Kathy Fraser.
Womanjika, welcome. I would like to acknowledge the Kulin Nation, the traditional owners of the land from which I'm speaking to you today, and pay my respects to their elders, both past and present, and any elders we may have with us this evening. I also acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands from where you are joining us. Graduating students, members of the Melbourne Polytechnic Board, distinguished guests, Melbourne Polytechnic staff, family and friends, a warm welcome to Melbourne Polytechnic's 2022 graduation ceremony, our first in-person graduation since 2019. Whilst every Melbourne Polytechnic graduation is important, tonight's ceremony feels particularly special. What an honour it is to be looking at your faces in person without the confines of a computer screen. Here at Melbourne Polytechnic, our graduation ceremony is a celebration and culmination of our students' learning journey. It should be said that your learning journey over the past few years was anything but typical. Yet you learned to adapt to the changing environment. You accessed support from your teachers who ensured your learning continued with minimal disruption despite COVID and lockdowns. And most likely you leaned on your peers, family and friends for support when the going got tough. These are learnings and lessons that you will carry with you for life. In making it to your graduation tonight, you have proven to the world, but most of all to yourself, that you have what it takes to thrive in a rapidly changing world. And let's be clear, rapid change is here to stay, driven by technological advancements, economic change, a global pandemic, climate change. The best way to navigate change and adapt to an uncertain environment is through lifelong learning. As you close this chapter, we look forward to welcoming you back in the future to continue your learning as your careers unfold and evolve. On behalf of all of us at Melbourne Polytechnic, we offer our congratulations and best wishes on reaching this significant milestone. And remember, never stop learning.
Thank you very much, Kathy. I'd now like to introduce Mark Blanks. He's the Executive Director of Curriculum, Innovation and Teaching Excellence and Acting Executive Director of Academic Operations to deliver the academic address. Mark.
Thank you, Bryony. Kathy said to me, I gave an academic address last night, and she said to me, "Are you nervous again tonight?" Because last night I said to the audience that I was a little bit nervous, and yes, I'm nervous once again. I thought I'd tell everyone. But not only am I nervous, I'm really quite excited, but most of all, I'm incredibly proud to be standing here in front of the group that we've got here, and it's great to see the room completely full. I'm proud of what the students have achieved and all of their efforts and all of their works going into this occasion and seeing the rewards here on the stage. So, first of all, I'd like to congratulate everyone here on completing your qualification and making it across that finish line. You did it, and I think you deserve yourselves a round of applause. So, what the world doesn't need is another middle-aged, white, bespectacled, bald guy up the front giving a boring, droning speech about all of these stuffy academic things. So what I'm going to do tonight is tell you a little bit about my journey and some personal anecdotes along the way, talk to you about the changes that I've experienced throughout my career, and also, alongside that, it's probably a story of hair loss. Anyway, so when I was asked to give this academic address, the theme of never stop learning really resonates really strongly for me. It's been a hallmark of my life. I think as human beings, from the moment we're born, we start learning. We're just primed to do it. And never stop learning is something that I think every student in this particular room has experienced, and many of the people who've come along to support and celebrate people in this momentous occasion have experienced as well too. So I reflected upon my career journey, and my career journey didn't follow that nice, straight, linear, predictable path that most of my parents and my teachers inferred that was ahead of me. It resembled more like a game of snakes and ladders with lots of twists and turns and unexpected detours that I could not have predicted. My career journey was punctuated by the closure of industries and the emergence of new ones, all of which meant returning to study, to retrain, to never stop learning, and to bounce back in a new form. I can guarantee to you today that your careers that you will take that you will go into will take you on a similar journey. As you've heard from Kathy, you're likely to encounter a myriad of changes over the next 5 decades, disruptions that will impact your careers and working lives. And I'd like to reassure you that quite often you get this narrative which is sort of inspires a sense of fear and dread that the world is changing and that the world won't be the same and that, you know, careers are disappearing and new ones are coming. I think it's an incredibly exciting opportunity because there's an incredible space for change. So I'd like you to look forward to the next five decades of your lives with a sense of optimism. So as I approach what I expect is the midpoint of my working life, I'd like to share with you a few highlights of my career journey so far. All right, so up on the screen, and Karen Cook did tell me that we looked very big on the screen, and I've just looked at myself on the screen and my nervousness just has gone just that little bit higher. Up on the screen, you can see my first career. My first career, in fact, it's a bit of a surprise to many of my colleagues here. I started my first career as a tram conductor in 1990. This is a job that stretches back to the turn of the century with the advent of the electric tram, which was a marvel in its day. And for those of us in the room who remember tram conductors, I'd like you to just put up your hand just at this particular point so we can see who you are. All right, guys, look around at those hands up. We can see the generation gap right now, right in front of us. So for the Gen Zs in the room, to explain what a tram conductor was a person who sold tickets on the trams. We didn't have my keys in those days. When you got on the tram, you actually paid real money, coins and notes, and the tram conductor had a little leather bag just like that. I had exactly the same bag and a book of tickets, and you paid money in coins and you got a ticket to catch the tram. It was that simple. But the tram conductor was also a bit of a public service as well too. As a tram conductor, part of the job was helping some senior people to get onto the tram in a respectable way, and also to help mums and prams and things like that get on and off the trams. And I think tram conductors were very much loved in their time. I was one of the last generations of tram conductors in Victoria. The job was phased out in the 1990s due to technological disruption posed by what I would call those dastardly automatic ticketing machines. This would not be the first, this was the first, but not the last time in my life. My working life was disrupted by forces of change which were outside my control. On an interesting note though, when I started as a tram conductor in 1990, the job I held today did not exist. After my short-lived career on trams, I studied arts in history, sociology and photojournalism at university. And also in the same period of time, a new thing came along called the World Wide Web, which changed everything. And I think we're about to show a photo of me with hair, and hair of a reasonable length. And that computer, I have fond memories of. That computer was the first computer that in our household we ever connected to the internet. I remember telling my father about this amazing thing called email. He was really dubious. His father was a postman, and he believed in stamps and he believed in letters. And, so he sort of went along with it and, gave me the benefit of the doubt. Now he's about 75 and I cannot get him off the computer. He's just totally addicted to it. So I graduated from arts, and I graduated in a period of recession in Australia during the mid-90s, which was a really tough time for a former tram conductor armed with an arts degree. I think it was a fast track to unemployment. But I did find gainful employment, and I found myself managing a rather large business which was importing antiques and furniture. In particular, we were importing a lot of furniture from Indonesia, and we had stores all over Australia and internationally. Business was really good. But after a few years, there was a disruption that we couldn't see in our futures. There was a brewing military conflict in East Timor as East Timor was gaining independence, and suddenly there was an embargo on furniture being imported from Indonesia, and instantly, overnight, our business dried up. The supply for our business dried up, and we had to shut shop. This, coupled with a motor scooter industry, my other passion for those who know me, meant that my days of hauling Indonesian furniture were numbered. And the motor scooter accident saw myself with some new additions to my body, full of metal now, and I spent 6 months in rehabilitation getting movement back in my shoulder. So, career number 2 bites the dust. So what that involved me doing was taking a stock take of my skills, thinking, what can I do? You know, I don't have the mobility that I used to be able to do. The industry that I was working in suddenly disappeared. So I fell back on the skills that I'd developed through my earlier qualification. And that's the beauty of having a qualification under your belt such as you do today. You've always got that fallback plan. I found that the Photoshop skills that I learnt at university, and we're talking Photoshop version 1 or 2, gave me something to fall back on, and I found myself doing freelance work in photo editing, which was a new thing. You know, it turns out that being able to cut and paste photos was something that was just amazing to the world, something we take for granted today, and everyone's iPhone actually does it. But back then it was a very, very rare skill and it was worth something. While I was doing that, I decided to make a move to study in a graduate diploma in computer science, and this was followed by a graduate diploma in education, and I set my sights on becoming a teacher. I figured with all these experiences, all these skills, and all these things I've learnt that teaching would be a valuable career. There's another photo of me, and you can see in these photos the hairline story emerging. Anyway, my teaching career took me to a stint as a school principal. I had a side hustle as an education writer for Fairfax Media for a period of time, and also taught for 10 years in pre-service education at a university. This then opened a wonderful opportunity for me in the Department of Education, working on a global project with 10 different countries, looking at the future of education and what that might look like. Then I worked on developing the tech schools, the 2 tech schools some of you may be familiar with. We have one here in Melbourne Polytechnic has one in Greensborough and one in Whittlesea as depicted. And this ultimately led me to the position I'm here at Melbourne Polytechnic today. Most of all, it's been a wonderful, exhilarating, and at times a scary ride. My career has been buffeted by forces of change outside my control, but for every challenge that I encountered, for every job closure and dead end, there was a new opportunity that arose as a result. Further education and retraining gave me the keys to unlock those doors to opportunity. And I know many in this room today are experiencing that themselves as they graduate from their course of study. So for those of you taking your first steps in your career, remember the job that you have in 10 or 20 years from now may not exist in 10 years' time. Navigating disruption and career change can be tough, it can be unsettling, but it also can be absolutely amazing. So my advice to you today through this academic address is to be open, to be curious, and most of all, be up for the adventure. Regardless of whether we are childcare workers, bricklayers, artists, teachers, or even long-forgotten tram conductors, all of us are lifelong learners. Wherever you go from here, remember that you have what it takes to succeed. You have what it takes to learn, and you have what it takes to gain a qualification. You will adapt, you will evolve, you will grow, and it will be amazing. Trust me, you are ready for what happens next. Thank you.
So well said, Mark. Thank you very much for sharing that. Well, tonight we are celebrating the achievements of 313 Melbourne Polytechnic graduates. Supporting the presentation announcements tonight are Timothy Gilbert and Jordan Winfield from Melbourne Polytechnic's International Office. We welcome and thank you both for being here. So, let's commence the ceremony. First up tonight are the graduates from the Department of Bridging and Preparatory. So please welcome Tracy Pearman, Manager of Bridging and Preparatory, to present the awards tonight.
The graduates for Diploma of Auslan are Sarah Brooks, Jennifer Buntine, Stephanie Camargo. Student also completed Certificate 4 in Auslan. Alida Capiello. Student also completed Certificate 4 in Auslan. Lauren Carroll. Wanping Emma Cui. Tracy DiChiero. Lauren Fox. Michelle Hughes. Student also completed Certificate 4 in Auslan. Megan Lang. Troy Drew Lawton. Student also completed Certificate 4 in Auslan. Natasha Maskell. Natasha Palamara. Student also completed Certificate 4 in Auslan. Elise Payton. Joshua Lendon Pratt. Joel Rachiopo. Student also completed Certificate 4 in Auslan. Tara Rankine. Rachel Stock. Student also completed Certificate 4 in Auslan. Nicole Walker. Please join me in congratulating them. The graduate for Certificate 4 in Auslan is Lauren Stancliffe. Please join me in congratulating her.
Let's give all of our graduates a round of applause and congratulations to all of you. Well done. Okay, well, each year at graduation, Melbourne Polytechnic presents Outstanding Students Awards. These prestigious awards are available to Melbourne Polytechnic students who have demonstrated a capacity for leadership and have shown outstanding levels of skill within their fields of study. Students are judged on career and study achievements in their field of study, communication, team and leadership skills, and ability to represent the training system at a broader level. Joining years of previous Outstanding Students of the Year, tonight we will be congratulating the Outstanding Students of the Year of 2022. The Bridging and Preparatory Student of the Year 22 will be presented by Tracy Pearman.
Thank you. Good evening. It's an honour to make this announcement tonight to present this award. The Outstanding Bridging and Preparatory Studies Vocational Education Student of the Year is Caroline Soleil. Caroline is unable to join us tonight, so I'm honoured to accept this award on her behalf. Congratulations again, Caroline. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations to Caroline and thank you so much, Tracy. Please now welcome the Director of Foundation Studies, Pauline Morrow, to present the English as an Additional Language Certificate.
The graduate for Certificate 4 in EAL Further Study is Manither Merlohi. Please join me in congratulating her.
Let's give her another round of applause, please. Okay, and Pauline will now present the Outstanding Student of the Year Award for English as an Additional Language.
Thank you. The Outstanding English as an Additional Language Vocational Education and Training Student of the Year is Manizay Meholi.
My name is Manija Mirlohi and I studied Certificate for EAL in Melbourne Polytechnic. Our family are in Iran, but we have very, very good friends in Australia. Now I'm so happy. I'm so happy to reach actually my goals. I started my journey with level 2 of English at Melbourne Polytechnic. When I enrolled here, I had a very amazing time with with my classmates and my teachers. That's why I could pass step by step my levels, and then finally I got Certificate 4. I'm still thinking I need to improve my English because, you know, it's my second language. But after level 4, I could realize now that time I can be confident and get job and have relationship with other Aussie people. My dream is to be a physiotherapist. I like physiotherapy because I could help to others, and that's why I will get certificate for and then diploma for physiotherapist. Yeah, since when I was childhood, I always like to be a doctor or nurse or help others. I have graduated in public health from university in my country. One time I saw that advertisement from St. Vincent Hospital. St. Vincent Hospital is the first place of my experience for working. I really like that atmosphere. When I got this award, I feel like surprised, and that was fabulous for me. I had very good experience in Melbourne Polytechnic. I recommend everyone to come in Melbourne Polytechnic and improve their skills. And I will plan to visit my family in my country and again come back to Australia to continue my jobs and life.
Congratulations again, Manizak. Tonight I will also be announcing the Outstanding Foundation Student of the Year. The winner is Fatima A. Bella Ali. Unfortunately, Fatima couldn't join us tonight, but I'm honoured to accept the award on her behalf. Let's watch her video footage.
My name is Fatima. I studied EAL English in Melbourne Polytechnic. I come from Morocco in 2016. And because I married and my husband, he brought me here. It was an amazing experience in Melbourne Polytechnic. The first thing I improved my English, that it was very important for me to live in Australia. I studied level 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And after that, I did education support worker and I just finished it this year. For me, it was really very helpful. In my country, I studied English when I was in high school for 1 hour a week. I was just knowing like numbers, like hi, how are you? Just some few things. But when I come to Australia, first thing I went to Melbourne Polytechnic. It's big different from 2016 to 2021. I learned a lot of things. I learned how to talk. I just start to feel confident to talk everywhere, to make my appointment, to go to the shop, to talk with my friend. And I found that that's a really very big difference. This is the first time from my country to Australia. It was a little bit at the beginning difficult because I love my country, I love my everything, and I come to a new country and my English, it was not strong enough, it was just a little bit. Different language, different culture, even my husband, his different culture. And yeah, it's everything different, but I like it. I like to try different things. But it was really, for me, it was a really good experience in Melbourne Polytechnic because it helped me to integrate with the Australian community. I love to work with kids. I love to help children to learn. You feel little kids, they just start their life. You teach them how to read, how to write. I enjoy that. I love it. The first thing, because when I was in my country, I was a school teacher for 2 years. I was teaching in primary school. And when I come to Australia, I like to continue same job. And I want to start with education support worker. I already enjoy it. I like it. And maybe in the future, I'm thinking to start to be a teacher. I just feel myself that I'm doing something great I mean, the little kids, you teach them how to write, you teach them how to read. You feel something different when you are teaching someone. I really enjoy it. I love it. I thank my husband because he was always supporting me, and all the teachers in Melbourne Polytechnic, and Miss Snakey, and all the teachers from level 1 to finish off my course, education support worker. There was all really amazing teachers who was always giving me the amazing advice. I want to say thank you very much for all of them. The advice that I can give to the person who is coming new to Australia, go to the Melbourne Polytechnic, because the right place where to start, the right place where to learn, the right place where to got your opportunity. Sometimes I think about that. I say maybe when I go to retire, when I go to my country, I love to take something that I learned here to my country. Something different, something special.
Congratulations, Fatima. Next, please welcome Uday Vaidya, Acting Manager of Business, Advanced Manufacturing and Logistics, to present the department's awards. Welcome, Uday.
The graduates for Diploma of Accounting are Kylie Merrin-Trott, Wanaguruge Donna Motita Aishani Wanaguru, Ni Putu Dinda Wijayanti, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Certificate 4 in Accounting and Bookkeeping are Laura A. Geyer, Shanna Carolyn Ramberg-Jones, Nadia, Juliet Pereira, Melanie Samantha Young, please join me in congratulating them. The graduate for Diploma of Business is Mamadi Nabe, please join me in congratulating him. The graduates for Certificate 4 in Business are Anastasia Barron, Melinda Jane Brown, Pippa Morgan, Owen Shooter, Narelle Slater, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Advanced Diploma of Building Design Architectural are Jake Davey, Gurgez K. Gervais, Lily Henderson. Marshall Hong. Charith Madawa Jayaleth Jalath Kadupi Pitaye Arachigay. Emily Lapira. Catherine Malaju. Benjamin Webb. Please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Diploma of Building and Construction Building are Melissa Yanevsky, Ali Karabulut, Weifang Liu, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Advanced Diploma of Building Surveying are Mahmoud Chakurli, Ayman Ibrahim, Jananeswari Kakarala, Roslina Mahajan, Emad Saman, Marco Yassa, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Advanced Diploma of Conveyancing are Loveleen Barth, Vanessa Brinkett, Hardip Kaur Dillon, Gaurav Ganda, Amarinda Gill, Wendy Ng, Mehaban Singh Sidhu, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduate for Advanced Diploma of Computer Systems Technology is Ahmed Jawed. Please join me in congratulating him. The graduates for Certificate 4 in Cybersecurity are Fadi Al-Saifi, Evareline Alvarez, Stefano Berardi. Apana Chugule. Deepak Devkota. Morgan Hanava. Sagar Aya. Satish Katyare. Mickey Leifa. Student also completed Certificate 4 in Information Technology. Pawan Nayak. Prashant Kumar Parekh. Hoang Nam Pham. Ramon Vicente Plata Rui. Liam Quartley. Rajendra Prasad Reddy Ravula. Jashanjeet Singh. Please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Advanced Diploma of Engineering Technology are Juan Ocampo Velasquez, Luis Carlos Rios Pulido. This student also completed the Diploma of Engineering Technology. Sohaib Sakib. Please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Diploma of Engineering Technology are Conrad Max Britz, Wendy Catalina Suarez Mora, Von Zeller, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Diploma of Information Technology are Badi Al-Nasab, Daniel Chu, PJ Leo, please join me in congratulating them. The graduate for Certificate 4 in Information Technology is Julio Cesar Coloma Ramos. Please join me in congratulating him. The graduates for Diploma of Interior Design are Isabella Hansen, Juliana Matos. Samantha Thompson. Monica Thomason. This student also completed the Certificate 4 in Interior Decoration. Jennifer Yakub. Please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Diploma of Human Resources Management are Sienna Emily Morel Shields. Joseph Rotem. Please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Diploma of Leadership and Management are Lillian Arnold Rendell, Anita North, please join me in congratulating her. The graduates for Diploma of Project Management are Neelam Anuradha Tenakone, please join me in congratulating her. The graduate for Certificate 4 in Work Health and Safety is Ashley Milich. Please join me in congratulating her.
Let's give another big round of applause for all our graduates, please. Woo! Okay, Uday will now present the Outstanding Student of the Year Award for the Department of Business, Advanced Manufacturing and Logistics.
Thank you, Brioni. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to announce the Outstanding Business, Advanced Manufacturing and Logistics Vocational Education and Training Student of the Year 2022 is Melanie Young.
I'm Melanie Young. I just finished my Cert 4 in Accounting and Bookkeeping at Melbourne Polytechnic. I was really surprised to find out that I'd received the Outstanding Student of the Year award. It was just not something that I ever considered would happen. First, I didn't know it existed, but when I read it, I was like, is this a joke? Or like, who's pranking me? As I got older, I thought, well, when I re-enter the workforce after my son's old enough, I want to do something that I can do for a long time and not have to worry about, is my body going to collapse? So, accounting. I can sit in an office, I can work hard and be productive, but not destroy my body in doing it, which is important. When I did VCE, I did maths methods as well as general maths and physics and chemistry and all that fun stuff. I just love maths, and I've always been into astronomy and science, and being musical, we use a lot of maths in music when you're calculating your harmonies as a singer, particularly a backing singer. I like the fact that there's an answer. In a lot of humanities stuff, that the answer's fluid or up to interpretation. In maths, there's a right and a wrong, and I like that. Everything in the universe comes back to the Fibonacci sequence. It's the mathematical sequence used to describe almost everything in nature. You can use it to describe the spiral in a flower and the spiral in a shell, and you can equate them And you can use that in music to create intervals and different syllable sounds, and yeah, it's always beautiful. Everything in the universe requires maths. I say maths is the language of understanding the universe, and music is the artistic expression of mathematics. And just the way everything flows together, mathematics is a wonderful thing. Well, yeah, I say I sung professionally with Joey Fatoni from NSYNC because he was the host of one of the game shows I was on that required singing. We sang together at the very end, and because I won money on that game show, well, I was paid to do it. I always love game shows and anything to do with general knowledge, trivia, quizzing. I just love it. I'm not sure if it's a non-neurotypical thing, but I'm really, really quick with recall. So yeah, game shows are right up my alley. I have a lot of fun on them, and apparently I'm good at them. You wouldn't worry about what people think about you if you realised how little they do. We spend a lot of time worrying about, they're going to think I'm terrible and they're going to think I'm a bad person. But then if somebody's going to judge you for superficial things, then they're not really someone you want in your life. There's always a good. And if you look for it, you'll find it. You can be at your worst and you know that eventually something's going to make you smile again.
Well done. Congratulations again, Melanie. Did you get to choose that absolutely rocking sting that you came up to? Yes, I love that. All right, please welcome back Kathy Fraser.
Congratulations to our graduates and award winners so far tonight. I'd like to thank our MC, Bryony Dawson, who's also our guest speaker this evening. Bryony is a renowned non-binary football broadcaster, singer, songwriter, entertainer, and MC. They are someone who embraces change and whose incredible, diverse career is a working example of continuous learning. In their own words, they have lived 100 lives and will probably have at least 2 more careers before retiring. Please welcome the one and only Bryony Dawson.
Thank you very much for that. I'm going to come out here for this one. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. It's an absolute honour, and I just want to say a massive congratulations to all the graduates. It must have been a huge time in the last couple of years to focus on your studies, so another massive round of applause to all of you. If someone had told me when I was graduating from university that I'd one day stand up and give a speech to a graduating class, I would have been like, nah. But here I am, and I feel like we've talked about you never stop learning. And when I was asked to do this speech tonight, I thought that is one of the things that I've lived by my entire life, and that is you do not ever stop learning. And I think that's one of the key things that we can talk about. And I learned from a very young age that one of the constant things in life is change. And I think that if you can embrace change, what goes hand in hand with that is to never stop learning, is to keep yourself open to all of those things. Embrace change, never stop learning, and be open. And I think for me, if I can share some of my own experiences now, for me, the first time, I think as a kid, where I first had to learn, one of the hardest things was when my father passed away when I was 15 years old. He was an alcoholic. He was found dead in his bed in his house. And that, as a teenager, growing up, is probably one of the hardest things that I've ever had to go through. It's one of the hardest things I've ever had to learn. Grief as a teenager is horrible, and you have to learn so many things during that time, and then for the next 10, 20 years after that, I've had to learn how to deal with that grief, how to move through that grief, and everything that goes along with it. I had depression, I was diagnosed with bipolar, all of those kind of things. Again, things that I had to learn, things that I had to work through, things that I had to be open to, things that I had to change myself for. After that, my brother and I, we inherited a little bit of money from my dad. And so we bought a Sportsco franchise. Anyone ever bought a franchise before? Ugh. We used a little bit of money. My brother and I worked there. So as a 16-year-old, I was a business owner. My brother was 18 as a business owner. My mum left her job to come and work at our beautiful little sports store in Frankston. It was great. And then a wonderful thing called the GST came in, and retail just went, doo. Nobody wanted to buy anything anymore because it was 10% dearer. So our business went into the ground. My mum had to sell her house to get us out of there, to pay back the money that we owed from that. And so now we're learning. We're learning about business. We're learning about failure, continually learning, going through high school and dealing with all of that kind of stuff as well. And I was getting to a point, even before I even turned 18, I was like, oh, can I not have to learn the lessons so many times? Can I not stop learning? Can I just have something given to me, just handed to me on a little silver platter just once? And I soon worked out that that's not how life works at all. And then I moved on into different careers. I went to university, I studied theatre production, and I worked in major musicals here in Melbourne and across Australia. I then was a brickies labourer for a little while. I used to sell cars for Lexus. I used to sell sports tours. I used to work here at the Recital Centre for Orchestra Victoria and doing all of those kind of things. And I got to sort of my mid-20s and I had this amazing sales job. I was a sales rep for an alcohol company, independent distillers. I was slinging vodka cruisers around town and it was great. I had my 6-figure salary. I had my house, had the car, had all of that, and I was so unhappy. I was desperately unhappy. And I was speaking to someone and they said, well, if money wasn't an issue, it didn't matter, you had all the money in the world, what would you be doing? And I thought about it for a second and I was like, I'd be the lead singer of a band. And they were like, no, like a real job. And I was like, nah, it's in me now. I really, really want to be the lead singer in a band. So I went home that afternoon. I quit my job. I put my house on the market. And I rang up my friend who was a guitarist. And I said, do you want to start a band? They were like, yeah. So we started a band. We started playing open mic nights at the Vineyard in St Kilda. And it just grew from there. And it was like something opened up in my life. And everything just started to happen for me. I ended up touring America 3 times. I worked with Grammy Award-winning producers. I toured Europe twice. I stage dove on 10,000 people in Vienna. I played at Rod Laver Arena with Aerosmith, singing Walk This Way with Steven Tyler. And those kind of things are the things that can happen when you are open, when you learn, and you're being true to yourself. And I remember thinking, when someone asked me that question, I was like, I've actually never been asked that question. In my whole up to 25 years, I never asked myself, what do you want to do? Like, what do you actually want to do? What fills your heart and your soul? And I made a commitment to myself from that time. I mean, I put my house on the sale, quit my job. I made a commitment to never not do that, to never not stay true to myself and the things that I love and the things that really fill up my little cup in there, my little heart, because I love it so much. And then fast forward, I built this great music career and I built a great entertainment business. I'm emceeing, I'm getting out there, it's great. And then COVID hits and there wasn't much room for singing at COVID. And so we had to rethink about what we were going to do. And you know what kept going during COVID? Sport. Sport always comes through. And so I had this opportunity. An opportunity came up for women and people in sports broadcasting. And I was like, I might give that a go. Might give sports broadcasting a go. Nothing might not happen, but I love sport. Grew up playing sport and I absolutely adored it. And so when the opportunity came up, I grabbed it with both hands and I went for it. And in my first year, I did like a 2-day online course. And then in my first year, I actually got a gig commentating for Shooting Australia. and I was commentating on pistol, rifle and shotgun events across Australia before the Olympics. I knew nothing about it at all. And I went in there and commentated. I had to learn all about it. I had to be open to it. For me, one of the best things about being a sports commentator is working with professional athletes, because they're a different kind of person. They work to a different level, and I love working to that level. And then in that time, in the 1 year since I've been a sports broadcaster, I've travelled around Australia with Shooting Australia, and I've worked with the AFLW. This year I was the host of the Women's Footy Show on Channel 9 for the AFLW. I hosted the W Awards, which is like the Brownlow. And today I even came straight from a meeting from Fox Footy this afternoon, where they want to put me as one of the main hosts on their show for the next season for AFLW. Thank you. So these things, they're incredible. And I wouldn't have any of this if I wasn't open to always learning. And I tell you, the start of this sports broadcasting career, when I came from like the top of my music and entertainment career, I knew everything, I knew everyone, and then I go into an area that I don't know a lot about. That steep learning curve, it sucks. I was like, I hated being out of my depth and not knowing what I was doing and being able to walk into every gig like, yes, I've got this. But it has been the most rewarding experience of my life to be able to step into sports, and it's absolutely fantastic. But music is also my passion, and I want to share a little bit of music with you now. My passion. Are you open? Y'all think I'm going to sing, but you guys are going to sing. You guys are going to sing too. We need to get everybody to stand up. Come on. Get excited. I promise you're going to know the song, okay? But we're going to do a little bit of percussion with it, okay? It's a very simple percussion. I've got to put this down. Hang on. We will rock you. We will. More than 8 of you, come on. Yeah, my man, come on, one more. Keep it going, I'm gonna sing over the top. Buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, big disgrace, shaking your banner all over the place. Sing it! Oh, make it louder, Melbourne Polytechnic! We will rock you. One more, make it loud, come on. We will rock you. Yes, give yourselves a huge round of applause. Thank you so much for listening to me. Please go out, be yourself, do what makes your heart sing, and never, ever, ever stop learning. Thank you.
Wow, that was fun. Thank you, Bryony. That was truly inspiring. Please join me again in thanking Bryony.
Woo. Thank you very much, Kathy. Thank you very much. Is anyone else tired from that? Yes, a little bit. Fantastic. All right, it's time to get back to our ceremony. Please now welcome the Manager of Business and Construction, Higher Education, Shane Wilkinson, to present his department's awards. Thank you.
The graduates for Bachelor of Accounting are Navjin Singh, Shekhar Batrai, Santi Samio Candido. Vijayamuni Anutara Ushanti Dezoisa. Apostoli Dritsas. Kampalage Jamila Erandati Fonseca. Sanduni Tatsarani Sanjaya Kurundu Hewage. Mohammed Fazil Mohammed Fulail. Yausha Najam. Made Raditya Indra Permana. Dishan Shaminda Senadira Apu Hamilage. Mansi Minesh Kumar Shah. Darren Venkatachelum. Ihala Gedara Dilrukshi Wanasinga. Please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Bachelor of Business are Chuk In Cho, Luvish Dukun, Aurelie Isabel Henriette, Umal Utsara Kuditawaku, T2 Ha No, Mary Nin, Dinuka Nuanjith Pereira, Xuan Xiang Yuan, please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Bachelor of the Built Environment are Mariam Fakuri, Asha Kulasuria Imeshi Kaumadi Fernando, Bojan Jurov, Juliet Alejandra Yaramilo Acosta, Tinashe Mare, Deborah Marie, Nye Kai Law, Panagoda Vidanalage Chandimal Maduranga Pereira. Hasita Nuan Ratnayaka Mudianselage. Jason Tazevsky. Win Tien Pu Tran. Please join me in congratulating them. Now, the graduates for Bachelor of Engineering Technology Civil are Binaya Adhikari, Muhammad Anis Ur Rehman, Pasan Manuranga Balasinga, Sher Ali Chima, Nirmal Karamashibhai Desai, Situm Tarushika Kumarasiri Hewa Manage, Thomas Hodgson, Ganesh Kandel, Michael James Keeley, Muhammad Zubair Khan, Amit Kumar Mahi, Kushan De Silva Maniku Baduge, Trang Hieu Nguyen, Harshkumar Chetankumar Patel, Daniel Mauricio Rodriguez Sanchez, Benoit Yannick Savrimutu, Isuru Piumal Fernando Sotsinege, Tisura Ishan Waruge, Rumesh Sajiwa Fernando Wanakuwata Waruge. Please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Associate Degree of Engineering Technology Civil are Saad Ahmed, Shoaib Ahmed, Shonvir Singh Puri, Mohammad Samim Sultan Jabim, Malshara Sandipani Pereira Walikalage. Please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Bachelor of Hospitality Management are Ria, Anna Curzia Arellano, Dilki Vinale Adapatu Mudiyan Selagay, Jessica Coho Degam, Hezil Oliverio Dagsan. Student also completed Diploma of Hospitality Management. Student also completed Advanced Diploma of Hospitality Management. Kaludewa Gushan de Silva Wijaya Tilaka. Iranda Lakmal Bandara Dunukara Mudiyan Selagay. Shutanu Duta. Trishank Kenrick Fernandez. Dialan Tonigay Shohan Nimesha Fernando. Mary Honda Contieri. Arpanpreet Kaur. Jose Andres Landinez Avilan. Dushan Pramatilaka Maha Kumbure Gidara. Student also completed Advanced Diploma of Hospitality Management. Pasindu Arosha Mahata Wage. Muhammad Abdullah Manaka. Nilu Wayan Widiantari. Student also completed Certificate 4 in Hospitality. Student also completed Diploma of Hospitality Management. Kim Lin Pham. Thoy Lin Pham. Leonardo Andres Rui Orego. Dulaj Kavisha Samarakun Mudiyan Selagay. Sandaru Jayamal Pereira Satam Biralalagay. Nichanan Songyang. Julie Tung Wei. Student also completed Certificate 4 in Patisserie, Diploma of Hospitality Management, and Advanced Diploma of Hospitality Management. Roshan Thapa Maga. Hoang Phuc Tran. Bin Tran Chuang. Adhikari Otuko Ralalage Ravishka Viduranga Wiju Sundera. Please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Bachelor of Information Technology are Manpreet Singh, Rinkulpreet Singh, Kashan Abewardena, Nahalage Don Himal Avinash Abewardena, Dibash Adhikari, Saad Akram, Yacinta Sunet Sandakalum Amarasekara Alut Walawe, Tabita Anthony Fernando, Gimhan Akalanka Aparake Jayasundara Murianselage, Dicky Aurelio, Catherine Russell Balanga, Rivindu Yasas Rodrigo Bastian Coralalage, Adishesh Singh Bidasi, Bill Rayner Castro, Ganesh Chapagain, Dipanshu Singh Chauhan, Patabendige Darshana Piumal Chaturanga Kure, Daniel Cortez de Aguiar, Anderson de Brito Lopez, Thainara de Jesus, Roshan Aravinda Dewapura Atage, Tisura Indula Disayanaka Katora Lalage, Mandira Elikal Shangu, Carl Emery Davey, Warnakula Surya Ashani Shermi Malisha Fernando, Heshan Sajita Pereira Galoluge. Binod Gautam. Mukesh Giri. Taruka Marusanka Gunaratna. Yukti Gurung. Roshan Jawali. Suman Jawali. Biguni Rashmita Wijewanta Habarakada Lianage. Gayan Madhushanka Kumara Silva Hapange. Sahan Vimukti Hapuara Chige. Asela Marusanka Samarajiwa Haputale Vidanalage. Tilina Madushan Mapa Bandara Herat Murianselage. Anuka Laksara Wijewardana Herat Ralalage. Isuru Lakshan Pereira Hetikan Kanamge. Nipuna Philip Yayasinga. Don Ashen Dilanka Kaha Wevidana. Hashini Kaushalya Kahawitage Don. Menindu Janith Gangadarawata Kamalpitiya Gangadarawata. Donna Asangsa Daneshwari Anurada Kanangara Lianage. Dipesh Kaki. Vinul Karuna Ratna. Salita Deshan Kelani Angora. Suchita Kadgi. Imasha Prabha Kurapu Arachi Kurupu Arachige. Muhammad Shazad Latif. Adrian Millen Lawrence. Kanuja Charun Himanta Premasiri Madumage. Diwanka Mapitigama. Matthew McGovern. Syed Mohammed Taha Mehdi. Tanuj Mohindru. Nagasena Mudianselage Supun Randima Nagasena. Naveen Rajita Nawaratna Mudianselage. Amar Asad Malik Nazir Ahmed. Bishwas Nupani. Tan Hong Nguyen. Mithizge Raveen Joseph Shanaka Obris. Sailesh Parajuli. Harshil Kumar Sanjay Kumar Patel. Sudaraka Lakshan Pitakotuage Pitakowe Gedara. Kushitis Pokrel. Prabin Podel. Devatage Chameka Sandipani Ranasinghe. Dulsara Nimnaka Ranatunga Arachilage. Juan Jose Rangel Chavez. Pradeep Sandarwan Amarasinghe Ranketa Kumbere Gedara. Saumya Rastogi. Saeed Dimas Al-Rashid. Ankit Rauniar. Nikit Rauniar. Jorge David Rico Castiblanco. Wijepatirana Mudianselage Dilom Indrachapa Samarasinghe. Roshan Sapkota. Chamat Lakmal Fernando Satkoralage. Chandan Kumar Shah. Milan Sharma. Mahesh Shrestha. Nitesh Shrestha. Roshan Shrestha. Simranjit Singh. Rasika Ruan Chamara Fernando Tanipulige. Bimal Tapa. Yasas Avishka Wijasekara. Please join me in congratulating them.
The graduates for Master of Professional and Practicing Accounting are Ramandeep Kaur, Akmimana Paliya Gurugay Nipuni Anutara Amarasinghe. Nithya Balasubramanian. Eunice Isabel Bravo Rivera. Dip Catherine Holder. Marambage Ruchithra Lankani Jayaratne Haima. Prathana Randima Mahacharige. Ivy Joy Lawrence Milan. Helena Monsalve Silva. Hoi Yu Tom. Anu Tonimi Bahinga. Imasha Sanduni Fernando Wikrama Arachige. Please join me in congratulating them. We have another student in Bachelor of Engineering Technology Civil, Mohammed Kamrul Hassan. Please join me in congratulating him. We have another student in Bachelor of Information Technology, Binas Chanao. Please join me in congratulating him.
A big round of applause. How are you feeling? You need a couple of little stretches? Well done, everyone. Amazing. Amazing work there. Okay, Shane, it will now present the Outstanding Student of the Year Award for the Department of Business and Construction Higher Education.
Thank you, Bryony. Just need to find my place. So thank you, Bryony. So the Outstanding Business and Construction Higher Education Student of the Year, proudly sponsored by the Whittlesea Council, is Michael Keeley.
My name's Michael Keeley and I studied the Bachelor of Engineering Technology, Civil, at Melbourne Polytechnic at the Epping campus. I became a locksmith, or would have been 18 years ago. Spent about 6.5 years doing it and decided that I wasn't getting any enjoyment out of it anymore and that I needed to do something else. I needed to stimulate my mind. I've always been interested in the construction of buildings. So I took that locksmithing and went, well, I know little bits about buildings, let's go into building surveying. I've then taken what I've learnt there, and what I found in building surveying was a real attraction towards fire engineering and the engineering side of things. So I then went and did a little bit of fire engineering and found out that my skills as an engineer probably weren't up to the level as required, and decided that I needed to come and do the bachelor degree. And so I did that, got through, and now I'm looking to move on towards fire engineering. Luckily, I'd done the advanced diploma in building surveying. The only issue I had is when I started the bachelor degree, I had just started a full-time job, the job that I'm currently doing. So I was reduced to part-time, juggling full-time work, part-time study. It was intense. I had to reduce the number of subjects I was doing and really focus hard on controlling what I could and just make sure that there was nothing that was going to stop me from completing these subjects. I think as the years went on, my grades increased. You know, I was getting in the 70s, 80s, towards the end there, 80s and 90s. So it was really about creating that structure for myself. Juggling a workload like that, my partner was huge. Yeah, so she was great, excellent at it. Really kept me focused. She made sure I had enough time. She really held my hand most of the way. Without her, I wouldn't have done it, no way. I think Melbourne Polytechnic certainly was instrumental in my journey. And I studied with the locksmithing and with the advanced diploma of building surveying. It was just very simple, and I found the teaching was really to my style. So it's been instrumental. I would have struggled at university level with the lecturers, the large classes. I don't think, without that feedback, I don't know if I would have gotten here. If you are interested in doing a subject or a course, don't be afraid to push yourself. Even if you're doubtful that you can do it, if you really love it, go for it and just plan it and make sure that you do it at your pace. So don't be afraid. That's big advice, yeah.
Well said, Michael. Well said. Congratulations again, Michael, and thank you on behalf of the Institute to the Whittlesea City Council. And thank you to Shane, and another round of applause for all of our graduating students tonight. Okay, I would like to welcome Melbourne Polytechnic's Executive Director, Student Engagement, International and Community Partnerships, Kathy Fraser, back to the stage to present the overall Vocational Education and Training Student of the Year Award. Kathy.
Of our existing Outstanding Student of the Year award recipients presented over 2 ceremonies, 2 winners are selected to be the overall Higher Education and the overall Vocational Education and Training Outstanding Student of the Year winners from Melbourne Polytechnic. The 2022 Outstanding Vocational Education Training Student of the Year is Caroline Saleh. As you know, Caroline couldn't join us tonight. I am honoured to accept the award on her behalf. Congratulations again, Caroline, and thank you.
Thank you so much. We're almost there. Fantastic. Thank you all so much for coming tonight and giving us your time, and congratulations to all the graduates and award winners. I'd like to thank Timothy Gilbert and Jordan Winfield from Melbourne Polytechnic's International Office for reading the names of our graduates this evening. Thank you both very much. You did a fantastic job, guys. Thanks too to our Auslan interpreters, Leanne Van O'Brien and Catherine Selvarju. A big thank you to the Melbourne Polytechnic Certificate 2 and Certificate 3 floristry students. Didn't you do a great job? And finally, our thanks to the Crestas duo for their early evening foyer performance. Very well done there as well. Okay, well, please join us in the foyer for the next hour for a post-graduation celebration. You'll meet Melbourne Polytechnic staff and other graduates and their guests. And a final reminder that the photography will take place on level 2. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. That is good night from me. Thank you for having me. If you could please all stand for the academic procession. Thank you so much.